Hello and welcome to the AWS Load Balancer class. This lecture, we are going to learn about Elastic Load Balancer. So the table of contents is the introduction, why we need load balancers, how it works, types of load balancer in AWS, demo, AMI, and launch templates. When we understand all this, we'll actually do it. We'll set up web servers or cluster of servers, and on the front end we'll set up our load balancer. We are also going to see AMIs and launch templates. We have a lot of things in these lectures, but let's understand how load balancer works. Let's say we have 3 web servers, but in a real time only one single is enough. Only one single web server is enough based on the performance and also maintenance. We get a cluster of servers running same services. So some of the servers will scale up and some of them will scale down. And this is to maintain the cost. So you need a single endpoint like Kingsley.online where the user can access the single endpoint. The Kingsley.online provides the single endpoint is being provided by the load balancer. In short, the load balancer takes the request from the user from a specific port like the port 80 or 443 is a front-end port, and forwards the request the port 80 to the back-end servers or the web server. So the load balancer will have an endpoint where the user can access. This is it. Like the Kingsley.online. This is where the user can access. Will access the front end port. And when it receives the request, it's going to route the request back to the web server's the web server's port. That is the port 80. So let's say we have web server, commonly HTTP will be the back end. This port 80 will be the back end port of the load balancer. And why the port 80/443 is going to be the front end port of this load balancer. So the load balancer will stand as an interception between the front end port and the back end port to route traffic. So from this we can understand that elastic load balancer distributes your incoming traffic across multiple targets. These are the traffics. It can be distributed across multiple targets like the web servers, the URL of the website, across IP addresses, available zones, like when launching an instance. It monitors the health of the servers. So there are various types of load balancers. So let's look at it. So we have the first type. We have the cluster load balancer. Cluster of servers needs endpoints. Endpoints are usually of a load balancer. Load balancer incoming traffic to the back-end servers. The cluster load balancer, it supports the HTTP and HTTPS traffics. So they are suitable for applications that were built before the introduction of ALB and NLB. So the next example, the load balancer ports, these are the load balancer ports, the front end port and the back end port. Let's check. This is the classic load balancer, the application load balancer, and the network load balancer. The classic load balancer route traffic based on either the application or the network level. You can see on the diagram is an example of a classic load balancer. So this is an application load balancer. It's best for the HTTP and the HTTPS traffic. Support advanced route based on URL, path, or host, and can handle WebSocket connections. So most applications nowadays use by the application load balancer. It stands on the layer 7, which means it understands the URL. So it can distribute the traffic based on the URL. So the example we just did is an application load balancer. So we have the network load balancer. It's best for handling the TCP, UDP, and the TLS traffic. It has a static IP. It handles millions of requests per second. Great for high performance application like gaming or real-time communication. I can say that enough talking. Let's get to the hands-on and to understand how the load balancer functions. So in our next lecture, we are going to see how it works on AWS Cloud.